Live Prescott Valley. Bob Tyser here, your Chief of Police, and we are here for another edition of Chief's Chat. It's been a couple months, I think, since we've had the opportunity to communicate with our great town here, and today we're going to do so with another element of the Prescott Valley Police Department. Today we have two of our finest professional staff members here from our Records Division. We have Annabelle and Marie, and we're going to talk a little bit about what your Records Department does for the town and give you a little bit of information in case you find yourself in a situation where you need help with records with our police department. So I'd like to turn it over to these two fine people here. And Annabelle, maybe you can introduce yourself to the community and a little bit about how you got here.
Okay, well, my name's Annabelle Solano. I am the records supervisor. I started with the police department back in 2007, I believe it was. I worked for the town, and then when the hiring freeze happened, they actually switched me over to the police department. So I've been there since then. And I've been the supervisor for the last 4 years. 4 years? Yes.
All right.
Yeah, it grows on you there. I like it a lot.
Well, we love having you
Yes.
there. So thank you. Marie?
Hi, yes. My name is Marie Yogers. I'm a records technician. I've been with the police department since 2016. I started out in the family violence unit as the victim services specialist, and then went into records about 4 years ago. I've loved it ever since, so yeah,
Well,
we're a
that's
great
awesome.
team.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. It's a great team, and it's not just you two. You have
No.
some other colleagues that work in records with you?
Yes. So we have 2 additional records techs, Sharon and Dina. And then we also have Brandon, who is our body-worn camera coordinator. And then we have Casey, who is our crime analysis police specialist
Right.
right
So
now, yes.
That's awesome.
And we did hire one more a records tech, Audra. She comes to us from PRCC.
Right, awesome.
Yes,
So
Audra.
it's a tight group of people that do a lot of work for the police department, right? And a lot of
Yes.
work for the community. So maybe you can talk a little bit about, what your mission is and what you do on a day-to-day basis for the
Well, the records unit is in charge of all the records and the reports that come into the police department. Have it be accidents or any type of incident report. We get copies ready, available for the public, for the county attorney, for the town attorney. We also enter calls in there. So if you come into the lobby, you need to talk to an officer, we enter calls. We do all types of different background checks, only local for Prescott Valley. We also, what else do we do?
We provide licensing information for
Yes.
pets. We can help people who turn in orders of protection and injunctions against harassment. We can get that to our victim services unit so it can get served. And we guide people who they need to contact. So sometimes they need to contact dispatch directly rather than just records, or we get them in touch with officers or detectives appropriate to their case.
Okay.
Yeah.
So most people aren't used to dealing with records at the police
Right.
department. You do it every single day. So you're the people that have expertise in this. So for our public, let's say they're a victim of a crime or they're involved in a car crash and they're going to be in need of some records.
Mhm.
How would they go about doing that?
You
would they get
can
that?
come into the lobby Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, we are there. You can call our phone number or you can email us too. We will take the request all those ways. And then there is a fee to get a copy of a report. It's $5 for the first 10 pages and then a quarter a page thereafter. If you are listed as a victim on the report, then you will get a copy for free.
Okay.
For those type. Accidents, there is no victims listed on those type of reports, so there is always a fee.
Okay,
Yes.
all right. So they come in there, do they have to make an appointment or they just?
Nope, it's
on
you
in?
come in, we fill out a form real quick, it takes us just a few minutes.
Okay.
We'll process it, you pay for your report, and then you get to go on your way.
Great.
Yes.
Awesome. What else can the public expect when they come to the window there? Or anything else?
Well, yes, like Annabelle mentioned, if somebody needs to speak with an officer or file a report, we can enter a call for service right then and there. We also help people like getting rid of used or old medications. We take any pills, liquids, or creams. We can't take anything with a needle or any inhalers, and they can put them in a bag that we provide them, and then we have a cabinet in the lobby where we dispose of those drugs. We also help people get in touch with, let's say, an officer is doing follow-up with them, like an animal control officer. If there's a dog that's in our impound and they need to come to the station to pick them up, they come to the window and we'll help them get in touch with that officer. So, yeah, we do lots of stuff there.
Yeah, lots of stuff for sure. So really, you're the face of the department. So
Yes.
anytime the public needs something from the department, and they're not sure, they can just come to you, and then you can help guide them to
Absolutely.
where they want to go?
Yeah, we get people coming in asking for directions to the hospital.
Right.
They know that they can come into a police department because it's a safe place and it's trusted in there, and ask for directions, and we'll get them on their way.
Awesome. And you mentioned safe. Do we have capability there for like a safe space for people to come in after hours, or do we have anything, any communications to dispatch or anything that?
We do. So if you come in and you need to talk to an officer and the lobby's already closed, you go into the first set of doors and there's a telephone right there that you can pick up and talk to dispatch. It'll ring right into dispatch, and then an officer will come out and talk to you.
Okay, so it's a
Yes.
good, safe place to go,
It
make
is.
that call if they're worried about
Absolutely.
something.
Yes.
Obviously, they can call 911, but if
Yes.
they don't feel that there's that much of an emergency for 911, they can make that call right from there.
Yes. Mhm.
Yeah, good place out of the elements in a safe spot.
Yes, it is.
Okay, great. You mentioned also in the lobby there, Marie, about bringing in prescription drugs and such. Can you talk a little bit about any other things such as maybe fingerprinting? Do we do any of that?
Yes, sir. We do provide fingerprinting to the public on Tuesdays and Thursday mornings from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. It costs $5 to put the ink on the card. You are provided with 2 cards if you don't already have them. We do the fingerprinting mostly for jobs and background checks, things of that nature. We do not provide fingerprinting for any legal documents that have to go through court, but it's no appointment necessary. First come, first serve. Just come up to the window, give us your first name, and we'll put you on a list to get fingerprinted.
And do you do the fingerprinting?
No, sir. We have a bunch of great volunteers that are trained to do the fingerprinting for us. Really friendly, and it doesn't take very long. Just mostly filling out the top of the form, and then they just wait their turn. Takes a few minutes, and then off you go.
Very good. What a nice service that you do for the community with the fingerprinting, because we know that's stressful for some people trying to become a teacher or security or working for some elements of the state. They need to get that clearance. So,
Yes.
and we do that for the public, so that's awesome. And you get a chance to meet some of our volunteers. There's
do.
some great people there too, for sure. Awesome. Well, let's talk about another real real important topic out there now, body-worn cameras, right? So we implemented that with the department last fall, and that is creating thousands of hours of video, right?
Yes.
How is that impacting you all, and what can you do for the public in relation to somebody needing a copy of a body-worn camera video?
Well, we have Brandon who does our body-worn camera right now, the video for it, and he does process all the videos. If someone wants a copy of that, they request it just like they do any report. With body-worn camera, though, you do have to pay for it up front. So we will send over the request to Brandon. He lets us know what the fee is, and then we will advise the customer at that time and collect fee, and then he will go ahead and process it. It's a little different than, let's say, getting photos, because photos we put on a CD and then they go. This time you will get an email sent to you, and then your video will be provided on that link.
On a link, okay.
He does all the redaction. So when we say that he needs to process it, what he does is he goes through the video and redacts all the stuff that we have to, that's required by the state.
Okay, so a lot of that could be privacy matters, so he's got to
Yes.
spend a lot of time going through that.
A lot of time.
Right.
So it's not just the video, he also has to do the audio. So if an officer is talking to somebody, in the background you can hear the radio of an officer at a different incident. So that stuff has to be redacted also from the video.
Right, so there's a lot that goes in the
Yes.
body-worn camera, so obviously for the public, when somebody wants a copy of that, it's going to be, Brandon will have to determine how long it
Yes.
will take to work through that, and so there could be some pretty big costs with
Yes,
that, right?
it
Just
is.
based on
Mhm.
how long it takes to do that.
Yes,
So we ask our public to be patient when they need those copies, because there's a lot that goes into it. It's all for the privacy of our community and set in state
Right.
statute too, right?
Right, absolutely.
Very good. Let's talk a little bit about how you support the police department. So an officer, for example, goes out and they take a case from a victim, and then they write that up, and then it comes to you. How does that whole process work to support the department?
Well, it depends on what type of report it is. So we've got reports that go to the county attorney's office. We have some reports that go to the town attorney. It depends if they're charging, not charging. Let's just pretend it's a county attorney case. It's a felony case. So then we process it from the beginning to the end, making sure all the statutes are correct on there, all the victims, suspects, everything is listed. But at the same time, we are also making sure that we are NIBRS compliant. NIBRS is the National Incident-Based Reporting that we do to the FBI. It's for statistics that the FBI collects. So we submit that stuff to DPS, who then submits it to the FBI.
Okay.
So Records is doing all this at the same time. Once the report has been approved by a sergeant, then it comes to us, we approve it, and then we send it to the county attorney's office for them to do their processing. Or we send it to the town attorneys for them to do what they need to do with it.
Okay.
If it's an incident report that there is no type of charging, then we make sure everything is correct. We go ahead and close it, and then we get it ready for release. So if somebody wants some kind of if somebody wants a copy of it, then we do all the attachments to it and then get it ready for release, meaning we do redactions. Again, we go in there and redact dates of births and social security numbers, all the stuff that we have to per the statute.
Awesome. And you do all that while people are coming in the lobby, asking for directions of the hospital,
Yes.
needing fingerprints,
Yes.
needing help.
Yes, answering the phones
Answering
too
the
for the
phones,
department.
too. Awesome.
Yes.
Well, you two and your colleagues do exceptional work for the police department, for our community. We're super proud of you. We, that being those that wear the uniform that are on the field, could not do it without you, because we know this paperwork process is, much of it's set in statute, a lot of federal and state laws you have to
Yes.
work through and everything, and you make sure that we're on track with that. So, ladies and gentlemen of Prescott Valley, I just want to thank our awesome team here. You know, I would say stop by and say hi to them, but you know, they're pretty busy folks. But understand that if you do need their help, it's going to be oftentimes in a situation where you may be having stress because you've been a victim of a crime or involved in a car crash. These two fine professionals and others are used to dealing with people in stress and crisis, and will help you through that. We're just so thankful that they're here to help us, help you through these processes. So that's it for this month's Chiefs Chat, and we'll be coming back to you again with another element of the Prescott Valley Police Department. So thank you, everybody, and drive safe and have a great month and enjoy the spring here in this great state. Thank you.